Welcome to Biz Alchemy, a podcast about creating a new business paradigm by women, for women. I'm your alchemical host, Jacquelyn, and I'm going to take you on an extraordinary adventure to create a business filled with ease, fun, spaciousness, and abundance. Hustle, be gone. Let's birth a new way. Welcome back. Well, that's welcome back to me, really, because it has been a while. All the joys of traveling. So I'm recording this podcast in Assisi, where I've come for 4 weeks in a gorgeous apartment. And I'm up on the terrace at the moment. I've just come out of the swimming pool. It's hot. It's early in the morning and it's going to be 36 degrees Celsius today, which is hot. So I thought, go up now, record it now. You'll have the sounds of nature around you, the swallows. There are so many swallows flying around me right now. So you'll hear them. You may hear some church bells because the San Rufino Cathedral is right opposite my apartment. So it's bound to chime while I'm chatting with you. And there may be a couple of other sounds come in from the general population of Assisi. But just bring that through as all part of the energy of this. So it was interesting. Last week I had this insight. I was thinking about the fact that previously when I've gone away or gone on holidays, had my vacation time, I've pre-recorded things. I've pre-recorded podcast episodes. I've written newsletters, like all scheduled to go out while I'm away to keep up that consistency. And that's important and certainly has a place. However, what I realized is my energy is changing so much because that's what happens when you're away, when you're in a different environment. And so if I had pre-recorded anything or pre-written anything, it would have been coming from an old energy and it wouldn't have enabled you to capture the energy of where I'm at and therefore my business in that present moment. And this can be the challenge with, particularly now, because we are evolving so fast. All of us are evolving so fast that our energy changes day to day. Our vibrational frequency changes at such a rate now. So it's about, how do I stay on top of that? How do I be able to communicate and keep up that frequency? So anyway, what I was thinking about was how this time I didn't do any of that. Because, one thing, that puts so much pressure on you before you go away. Like, how many of you have experienced that pressure before holidays of, I've got to get all this done before I go. And so very often what you even create is not a really true energy because it's a should energy. So anyway, and there's the church bells just to confirm that. So I was thinking about the fact that, I came away for 8 weeks initially, and then I've extended it another 6 weeks. And in that time, as you know, I've released only 2 podcast episodes, I think, and I haven't been on YouTube at all, and I've done a couple of newsletters. And I think that's about it, really. So that's all I've done. And yet I went on to Insight Timer and saw that there were many reviews of my meditations that were uploaded on Insight Timer, and even some donations from that. And I went to, on my YouTube channel, I just noticed that there were a few more. I don't heavily promote that, so it's not my main focus, but there'd been more people watch and comment. And I was thinking about the fact that this marketing, that form of marketing, keeps on giving. It doesn't matter where in the world I am or what I'm doing, that marketing just keeps on giving. And as I pondered that, I realized that can be the challenge of using social media such as Instagram or Facebook or even LinkedIn And probably what you've done, before going away is schedule those posts in advance. But even regardless of that, just on day-to-day life, when you're in your normal work routine, that marketing does not keep on giving. That marketing is there for that day, for that moment, with whoever happens to see it. And then it's gone, pretty much. That's it. And it's a beautiful way to keep in touch with people, to let people know when you have something happening at that moment. But it's sort of like, it's not a sustainable way of marketing. It really requires your presence. And I've never really thought about it this way. Whereas I have an extensive library on Insight Timer of meditations as well as these podcast episodes. And people are watching those all the time. They're all in different places on their journey, so it doesn't get old because it's relevant to someone, even though I may have evolved and be doing different things now. And so even without showing up live on Insight Timer, which I haven't done until this week, I'm back doing it this week, it's actually still been a form of marketing. It's been a way that I have connected with my audience while traveling around Europe. So I just got a real appreciation for the time and the consistency that I put into building that library or building the videos on YouTube. Because it did take some structure to do that. And it probably didn't need to be as structured as I did. I could have still done it in a much more flowing way. But it has built a solid foundation for my marketing where I don't have to be there, and it's still working for me. And I just lost where I was going with that. But it was just such a realization for me, and it was such an appreciation for the fact that I did do that foundational work. And when I have done something like a podcast episode or a newsletter that I've sent out while I've been traveling, as I mentioned before, it's in full alignment with my energy now. It's true to me, and I have evolved a lot on this journey, and there's a lot certainly I haven't shared here on the podcast about where I've sort of dived into the Roseline journey, and it's become integral to what I do, and I am finally allowing myself to channel. It's always been there, but I've resisted it so much because I don't like the term particularly. So I have finally stepped aside and am doing that much more powerfully and from a place of acceptance that I have that gift, and, why not share it? There are voices there wanting to be heard. And sorry, my sun lounge just tipped back. I was getting too comfortable. There are voices there that want to be heard, and they're wanting me to be their voice. So why would I block that channel? Why would I say, no, I don't believe in being a channel, when that's what's coming through? And oh my gosh, it's so powerful. And the insights I'm having here in Assisi around Francis and Claire, the two saints who were very evolved beings. It's that whole side for me has been huge. And even though I'm not talking about it in all of my business, it's more coming through in my Patreon group, the Roseline, but it is shifting who I am, and it's shifting the way I show up for you, even when I am talking about business and talking about marketing, because my vibration has changed and I am accepting more of my gifts and believing more in myself with that. And my tribe are hearing that and feeling that and responding to that. So those are just my current thoughts on marketing. It's just another perspective, another way to look at it. Have you got channels of marketing that keep on giving? That bird does. Have you got those channels? Or are you reliant on the channels where you really do have to be there day in, day out, and they're just fleeting moments of marketing? And I think it's important to have both. In many ways, that's what my newsletter is. It's relevant at the time for those people who read it. But very few people will go back in a week's time or 2 weeks' time or 3 weeks' time to go, let me look at that newsletter again. So that information is relevant and digestible almost in that moment. So that is my form of that sort of more day-to-day marketing that is fleeting. But I have that base. So I invite you to consider that and look at your business and look at how you're marketing. Of course, a website also does have that sustainable marketing, and particularly if you are uploading things like my podcast episodes get uploaded there. So it does also keep a current vibrational frequency of me and of the business. Although, my challenge with the website is, and that's what I'm spending my time here in Assisi, uploading my new gorgeous images that were taken for me in France by Karen Ahmed, one of my beautiful clients. And I will be rewriting the copy. And I only did that late last year, but already my energy's changed. So the website can get older, but as long as there's something on there that is current, that's still bringing through your current energy and enables that sustainable marketing to also be in your current frequency, as well as the frequency that you have been. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope that's been food for thought for you. I found it, when I had that realization, it was a really interesting way for me to view marketing, a new way. I hadn't thought about it in that way. Anyway, that's enough for now. It's getting hot again and I need to get back in the pool. And then I'm going to go and spend some time with my business, recreating, rewriting my website, because it's going to be too hot to be outside. So I'll be inside working with her. So much love to you. Great to be back again. And sending the powerful energy of this sacred land in Assisi to you.
Thanks for listening to Biz Alchemy. I'm Jacquelyn Atkins. If you'd love to know more about the energy of business, join my newsletter list at jacquelynatkins.com and check out my receiving channel on Patreon at patreon.com/Jacquelyn Atkins. Until next time, enjoy creating alchemy in your biz.